2022 actually started out a very good year. Our golden topfish season was a great season. The white shrimp season was really good. And then late summer, we saw the bottom fall out of the market on the domestic soft shrimp industry. We were hit with a flood of imported shrimp into the United States. It was at a lower cost than what our boats were getting, so it put pressure to drop the price to the shrimp boats to be able to compete. We found the port very supportive when we've approached them with any environmental issues or legislative issues that we're facing at the time. We've had help on specific legislation at the state of Florida. Anything we've asked of them, they've always been very, very supportive.
We have been a port tenant for about 18 years and truly has enjoyed it. We've been able to grow within the port and together with the port. So we are a foreign trade zone at 136, and it's a huge benefit to us, but really to our clients, to be able to bring in international freight and put it into our zone and export it again, which is what we do for the cruise ships and cargo ships for that matter. Working with the port has been extremely easy. The whole team is always so very helpful and trying to look out for us, the tenant, throughout all these years, and been very fortunate. At the same time, with the business we do in the port for both the cruise and the cargo, the port is always trying to strive to do the best in getting more business to the port, which benefits most of the tenants that are here.
Lehigh Hansen is part of Heidelberg Cement Company. It's a worldwide organization, and we're one of the largest building products materials manufacturers in North America. We came to Canaveral probably just over 20 years ago. We were fortunate to be welcomed in by the Port of Canaveral to enable us to start to build the plant that you see behind us now. And here we are 20 years later. Some of the faces have changed, but the principles are still the same. We're very well supported. We feel we have a voice with the port. We support them and they support us. And it's very much a partnership, and that's what drove us to Port Canaveral.
Port Canaveral is probably more widely known for its cruise market. However, it is a much more diverse port than that. It's a growing multi-cargo port offering services to handle a wide variety of cargoes. And GTUSA is supporting Port Canaveral for 7 years to further develop these services to ensure a sustainable future for the region's supply chain logistics. GTUSA is the leading force in attracting and supporting the space industry at Port Canaveral. In addition to our space business, our terminal handles cargoes ranging from containers, refrigerated goods, pre-cut lumber, vehicles, heavy equipment, and other types of break bulk. With the port having direct access to the Atlantic Ocean, no air draft limitations, short pilotages, and deep channels, this certainly caters for and is attractive to multiple entities in the shipping industry. As the cruise industry continues to return to full strength with cargo volumes standing at a record high, Port Canaveral is certainly an exciting place to be, and GTUSA will continue working hard to support cargo and jobs in the region.
ASI, we've been extremely busy this last year, probably one of the busiest cargo years in our history of ASI. I've been here 37 years operating in the port myself, and the administrative people that are in the port right now are the best in the 37 years that I've been operating here. The Port Authority is phenomenal for the assistance, the timeliness for getting back at coming up with creative ways where we put cargo in places this past year where we've never put it before, and the port has been great to work with that way. I try to introduce all of our customers to the Port Authority, just so we have that working relationship, not only as a terminal operator but with the Port Authority itself, and so they know directly, my customers, that the Port Authority cares about their cargo, their infrastructure, how we get it into the port, how we get it out of the port, how the vessels are docked in the port, and just the timeliness and the efficiency that handles here in Port Canaveral.
The people here at the port and working with the port themselves, they understand business. No matter which one of the customers are here, we all work together and we're all trying to accomplish the same goal, which is really to supply logistics here for Central Florida. It's a great location because of the fact that it's able to supply gasoline, jet fuel, diesel, biodiesel, bunker fuel for the cruise ships. It's a great location. We have a lot of room to work with. We have a large truck rack, and so we're able to really serve all of the needs in this entire area. for any of the petroleum fuel products. We've worked a lot, we've invested a lot, and we've partnered a lot, and we're continually talking. We have great communication with all of the people that work at Port Canaveral as well. They're always very open and very receptive to any of the businesses that we have. And that's why whenever we have a new product or a new idea, we try to talk to them as well to get them involved in the front end, and they're always accommodating.
The current administration, the commissioners, and the leadership under Captain Murray have really taken the port to the next level in the last several years. They understand tourism, they understand the interconnectedness between this tourism in the area as well as the cruising visitors to our area, and so it has strengthened over the last 10 years, and everybody recognizes it, and it's much appreciated. Luckily, the administration did everything they could to work through these issues and keep the core group together. We've come out on the other end much stronger, and I think the future is very bright for Central Florida, for Port Canaveral, and for our local tourism market.
We have a great partnership with Port Canaveral. There's great communication. They have a great relationship with most of their companies there. It's very organized there. They're always super helpful. You can't walk anywhere around Port Canaveral without finding someone to help you. Since the pandemic, we've definitely just been growing more and more again, trying to reach pre-COVID levels. So we've definitely started expanding and trying to reach more people. We recently started Airport Canaveral, added that as a DBA to 888 Transportation for more of our airport brands. So we're definitely trying to encourage and grow our airport business and shuttles. So yeah, we've had a great relationship with Port Canaveral over the last 10, 13 years, and we look forward to the years to come. We're both growing, not just us, but Port Canaveral and the port, all transportation companies around us and airports as well.
We just have a great relationship. I think maybe the pandemic brought us all closer together in terms of what our business objectives are. But we feel like we have a great working relationship with the port. Our guest is the guest of the port. We're committed. Our mission is to make sure that the cruise passenger has a great experience both upon arrival and then as they leave us. We want them to come back to us. So, we're just in lockstep. Port management's very receptive, always accessible, and that's huge for us. The port staff are fantastic to work with. So we're thrilled to be a partner, if you will, with Port Canaveral. We feel like we're kind of all on the same team, and we're totally committed to doing our part to make Port Canaveral #1. I mean, we're extremely bullish on Port Canaveral. In fact, this hotel is brand new and was built to service that room demand that's generated by the cruise passenger traffic. Like I said, we feel strongly that Port management, both the commission and Port management, have done a great job positioning Port Canaveral to be #1. And so as we look ahead, we see nothing but smooth sailing, so to speak.
We've survived a pandemic. We're carrying a little bit less passengers. They're still a little skittish about coming out. However, it's getting better and better every month. We expect to ramp up additional cruise day in the first quarter of 2023, and we're looking forward to many more years here. This has been our home for 12 years, and we expect it to be our home for many more years. One of the best things about Port Canaveral is that we have a great working relationship after 12 years with all of the commissioners, Captain Murray, his senior staff, and all of the port employees that work with us and solve problems. And it's a great and outstanding relationship.
MSC Cruises is making large investments to support very rapid growth in the U.S. Port Canaveral is a fundamental component of that. We launched Port Canaveral as our newest home port last year, and we're delighted with the response from our guests. We've now had well over 100,000 guests sail from Port Canaveral. One of the things we love about Port Canaveral, particularly in this period, is that it's very accessible to our guests, both those that are experienced cruisers and those that haven't cruised yet. Whether they drive from Florida or other southeast cities, or they take direct flights from many cities in the US, it's very accessible. We're also excited that we've seen recently quite a bit of growth in international guests boarding our ships in Port Canaveral. From Port Canaveral, we offer a wide variety of itineraries, and the feedback we get is fantastic, whether it's short itineraries to the Bahamas or longer itineraries that include the Bahamas and other parts of the Caribbean and Mexico as well. We love working with the leadership team at Port Canaveral and with the entire team at Port Canaveral, and are committed to joint growth and to our partnership.
Canaveral, first and foremost, gives us access to a great market, a vacation market that is right there. Canaveral has wonderful connectivity, multimodal from a few places. And we've actually learned after the pandemic how much people like to drive up to take their cruise. So we've been hosting people from out of state, and you will be surprised how many hours they're actually willing to drive to come and take a cruise out of Canaveral. Canaveral has great assets. We partnered with Canaveral to build CT1, and it has proven to be a great asset for some of our newest and largest hardware that we have. Actually, we are hosting Wonder of the Seas starting this winter there, and we're very excited about it. But I also want to really give kudos to the people that work in Port Canaveral. They have always been supportive of the cruise. I think Port Canaveral has a very bright future. Again, Port Canaveral has great assets that are still capable of continuing to grow. They're capable of hosting new assets that are coming to the market. And we're always in open conversations about what we can do in the future. And I think Canaveral, given its location, given the way that assets are positioned, still has plenty of opportunity to grow. And given that it allows us to tap into a very good market, I think that it has a very bright future in front of them.
Port Canaveral plays an important part in our U.S. home port strategy. Millions of residents in the Southeast are within a day's drive, along with easy access to the airport in Orlando, making getting to and from their cruise convenient and affordable. With the leadership of Captain John Murray and the incredible port team, we continue to see Port Canaveral as one of our most popular and fastest growing home ports. We have had an incredible 2022 sailing from Port Canaveral, with our beautiful new Cruise Terminal 3 serving us and our guests very well. In total, we have 254 sailing schedules in 2022. To date, more than 590,000 guests sailed on board our ships from Port Canaveral, and that number will increase to 830,000 by the end of the year. Thank you to the team at Port Canaveral. We look forward to continuing our great partnership in 2022 and beyond.
Port Canaveral is the second busiest cruise port in the world. It offers great airlift, is centrally located to attract a healthy drive market, and with the theme parks and its backyard, it lends itself to the perfect park and cruise vacation for families. However, these are not the only reasons we're committed to our partnership with Port Canaveral. It's all about the leadership and collaboration. Port Canaveral was instrumental in pushing for the return of the cruise industry and worked closely with all the cruise lines to make sure we could welcome our guests back on board as quickly and safely as possible. Now we're getting ready to debut Norwegian Cruise Line's newest record-breaking ship, Norwegian Prima, to Port Canaveral this December. Thank you to Captain Murray, Mike, Diane, and Dave for your continued support. We look forward to our future and exploring new opportunities together.
Since 1998, Port Canaveral has served as the premier gateway for Disney Cruise Line vacations. So when we looked to introduce our newest ship, the Disney Wish, we knew that Port Canaveral was the perfect choice for her home port. Our guests love sailing from Port Canaveral with its close proximity to Walt Disney World, as well as its world-class facilities. And we're thrilled to continue to bring travelers from around the world here. We're proud of the relationship we have with Port Canaveral, and we value the port's commitment to excellence and innovation. And as we continue to work together, we're really excited to build on the job creation and economic growth that we've brought to the community over the last 25 years. It's our goal to bring positive, lasting change to the local area. It's clear that our success and vision would not be possible without our ongoing relationship with Port Canaveral. Together, we have navigated the challenges of the last few years, and we look forward to continued success and a very bright future together.